Have you ever felt trapped in a spiral of frustration, struggling to retain what you read, only remembering fragments of knowledge that seem to slip through your fingers? The desire to transform every reading into a true treasure of wisdom is a constant battle for many of us. But what if I told you there's a way not just to read better, but to deeply absorb and apply every insight as if it were part of your very essence? Get ready to explore a path that can change how you connect with knowledge and with yourself. Hello, butterflies of personal metamorphosis. Welcome to your space of transformation and self-knowledge. Here, we delve into the deepest aspects of personal development, exploring how we can evolve and reinvent ourselves every day. In each video, we aim to illuminate the path to more meaningful growth, always with an introspective and profound touch. Get ready for a journey where every insight can be a key piece in your personal metamorphosis. Together, we will explore techniques to make your reading not only more efficient but deeply transformative. Our process of self-knowledge and growth is just beginning, and every step we take is an advance in our journey of evolution. Don't miss the chance to discover how to turn every page read into a milestone in your personal transformation. If you're ready to learn from this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Together, we will transform our lives every day. Many of us struggle to retain and apply the knowledge acquired through reading. That's why we're going to go through effective methods not only to read better, but to live and internalize each concept deeply. Understanding these principles will put all of us on the same level, allowing us to advance together on our personal development journey. 1. Breathe the text. Before diving into the pages, allow yourself a moment of pause. Find a quiet space where you can relax and breathe deeply. Feel the breath as a thread connecting you and the text. As you inhale, imagine that you are bringing in the essence of the words you are about to read. As you exhale, release any tension or distraction that might interfere with your immersion. When you feel calm and centered, begin reading with a purpose. Instead of just skimming through the lines, embrace each word as if it were a personal discovery. Imagine that each sentence is a piece of a puzzle you are assembling, and that each paragraph is a new dimension to explore. Let the text unfold naturally, without rushing. Feel the words as if they were being whispered directly to you. With each new idea or concept, allow yourself a small mental pause. Ask yourself what each passage means to you. Don't limit yourself to a superficial reading. Enter the text with an open mind and a receptive heart. This more conscious approach transforms reading into a rich and personal experience, where the content is not only absorbed but lived. At the end, when you finish reading, take a brief reflection. Recall the parts that touched you the most, the emotions they awakened. This process of internalization makes the ideas read stick more deeply in your memory, creating a more lasting and meaningful connection. 2. Listen to the hidden voice. Every text has its own melody, a cadence that goes beyond the written words. To capture this hidden voice, it is essential to go beyond the surface and pay attention to the subtle details the author uses to communicate. When you start reading, imagine that you are tuning into a special frequency. Every word, every pause, has an intonation that contributes to the tone and rhythm of the narrative. Try to feel the rhythm of the sentences. Observe how the author uses punctuation to create pauses and emphasize certain points. Sometimes, the pause can be as significant as the word itself. When an author chooses a comma instead of a period or uses ellipses, they are guiding your reading in a specific way. Listen to these signs as if they were musical notes in a symphony. Read aloud, if possible. The voice that resonates with the words can reveal nuances that aren't as evident when reading silently. The tone, speed, and inflection you put into reading can help capture the emotion and intention of the text. By vocalizing, you create a deeper connection with the message, as you are experiencing the text more actively. Also, pay attention to repetitions and patterns. The words or phrases that appear frequently have a purpose, whether to reinforce an idea, create rhythm, or establish an atmosphere. Detecting these patterns can offer insights into what is most important in the message the author is trying to convey. Allow yourself to also absorb the work's environment and context. The time and place it was written can influence how the hidden voice manifests. Recognize how the author's voice intertwines with the environment described and how it reflects or challenges the expectations of the period in which it was created. By listening to this hidden voice, you connect more deeply with the text and the author. This more intuitive and emotional understanding makes reading more meaningful, helping retain information in a more lasting and enriching way. 3. Transform images into sensations. Each text is a tapestry of mental images, with each word being a thread contributing to the complete design. To truly connect with what you read, it is crucial to transform these images into sensory experiences. When the text describes a scene, emotion, or event, don't just visualize what's being described. Engage all your senses to create a vivid and immersive experience. Start by vividly visualizing what the text describes. If a scene is depicted as a field of flowers, imagine each petal, each color, and every nuance of the light falling on them. Try to see the scene not just as a static image, but as a moving picture. Imagine the winds caressing the flowers, the gentle sound of the leaves rustling, and the scent of the earth and flowers in the air. Then, take it a step further and translate these images into tactile sensations. If the text talks about a texture, like the softness of a silk scarf, try to feel that texture in your mind. Feel the difference between the softness of silk and the roughness of linen. If the description involves a physical sensation, like the warmth of the sun or the cold of snow, try to experience these sensations in your body, even if only imaginatively. Also, explore the emotions that the text evokes and connect them with personal sensory experiences. If a passage describes a moment of sadness, try to recall an experience where you felt something similar and relive the sensations associated with that emotion. By associating the emotions described in the text with your own sensory experiences, you strengthen your memory and understanding of the material. Sometimes, the text might evoke sensations that aren't directly described but can be inferred. For example, if a character is walking down a busy street, you can imagine the sound of hurried footsteps, the aroma of food from street vendors, and even the sensation of being amidst a crowd. These sensory additions make reading richer and more memorable. Transforming images into sensations is an exercise that goes beyond passive visualization. It's an active process of engaging the senses, turning each passage into a complete sensory experience. This not only facilitates deep understanding, but also enhances retention and vividness of the reading in your memory. 4. Deconstruct to reconstruct. When you read, you are faced with a complex structure of ideas and intentions that are often presented compactly and integrally. To truly understand and retain what you're reading, it's necessary to deconstruct the text into its component parts, analyze them individually, and then reconstruct the understanding from those parts. This process helps internalize knowledge in a deeper and more meaningful way. Start by identifying the main elements of the text. What are the central concepts? What ideas are introduced and developed? Try to understand the main themes and how each section of the text contributes to the development of these themes. Take notes or create an outline to map out the structure of the text. This might include highlighting key passages, asking questions about the content, and summarizing the main points. After identifying the main components, examine how they connect. Analyze the relationships between the ideas and how the author weaves them together to form a coherent argument. Ask yourself, How do the different parts of the text relate to each other? Is there a logical progression or a thematic construction that ties the elements together? How does each part contribute to the overall message? Also, observe the rhetorical and stylistic elements. What techniques does the author use to persuade, describe, or inform? The way information is presented can be just as important as the content itself. Analyze how the author uses metaphors, comparisons, or other stylistic devices to emphasize points or create an atmosphere. Reflect on the implications and underlying meanings. Ask yourself about the purpose of the text and the author's intentions. What is being suggested between the lines? What are the implications of the ideas presented? How might the historical or cultural context influence the message? Finally, reconstruct the understanding from the analyzed parts. Bring together your observations and insights to form a cohesive view of the text. Connect the pieces and see how they fit together to form a whole. This reconstruction process helps solidify the knowledge, as you are actively engaged in creating a personal and deep understanding. Deconstructing and reconstructing not only improves comprehension of the text but also facilitates retention. By analyzing each part and understanding how they relate, you create a more robust mental structure for remembering and applying what you have learned. 5. Live what you read. Turning reading into a lived experience is essential for internalizing and retaining what you learn. By applying the concepts and insights you gain from reading to your daily life, you not only better understand the material but also integrate it into your life in a practical and meaningful way. Start by reflecting on how the themes and ideas of the text relate to your personal life. Ask yourself how the lessons or stories can be applied to your own experiences and challenges. If the text addresses a life philosophy, a concept of self-development, or a strategy for solving problems, think of practical ways to apply these ideas in your daily life. 4. Practical application. Start with small changes. If you are reading about healthy habits, for example, begin by incorporating one or two of the suggestions into your daily routine. Experiment and adjust as needed, and observe how these changes affect your life. Keeping a journal or notes app can help track your progress and reflect on the results. In addition to practical changes, it's also important to consider application on an emotional and mental level. If the reading evokes a new perspective or a deeper understanding of yourself, allow yourself to explore these new insights. Meditate on what you have learned and how it alters your worldview or emotional responses. Allowing yourself to feel and explore these emotions can turn reading into a more meaningful and memorable experience. Join discussions or reading groups to share your experiences and learnings with others. Talking about the text and how you applied it in your life can offer new perspectives and deepen your understanding. Additionally, hearing how others apply the same text can provide additional insights and enrich your own experience. Finally, consider the long-term impact of your readings. As you integrate new ideas and practices into your life, periodically review how these changes are affecting your personal development. Adjust your approaches as necessary and continue to explore new ways to apply what you read. Living what you read transforms reading from a passive activity into an active and dynamic experience. By connecting the material read with your daily actions and reflections, you make the knowledge more relevant and impactful, solidifying your understanding and ensuring that the lessons learned remain alive and useful in your life. As we reach the end of this video, remember that reading is more than just passing your eyes over words. It is an opportunity for personal transformation. By applying the techniques we've explored today, you not only improve your ability to read and retain, but also open doors to deeper and more authentic growth. The journey of self-knowledge and personal development is continuous, and each step brings us closer to our true essence. Did you like what you saw today? Then leave your comment below and share your experiences with reading and knowledge retention. I want to know how you apply these techniques in your life and if they make a difference for you. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more content that will fuel your journey of personal transformation. See you in the next video. Remember, just like a butterfly, you have wings to fly high.